Before we jump into trading some solos, I wanted to talk a little bit about some tone tips and some technique ideas with regard to playing Texas blues style of guitar. So with regard to tone, now I think a single coil guitar is a really good idea to start with. I'm using the neck pickup on this Telecaster. Obviously, many of our favorite players were playing Strats, and I play Tellies a lot, and I feel like I get a good sound that represents this style with a Telly, although I do love Strats. I'll generally be playing this kind of guitar through a single-channel clean type amplifier, like a Fender of any variety, be it a Princeton, a Deluxe, a Super, those kinds of things. They pair well with mild overdrive pedals. Some of the more famous ones are like the Tube Screamer variety or any light overdrive pedals. Now, overdrive is important because it simulates amp breakup, and what that means is your amp distorts as you turn it up, but it can get you that sound at a lower volume, because if we have to turn our amps up pretty loud to get that, not everybody will be happy, particularly our neighbors or our sleeping baby. So overdrive pedals really help us get into the ballpark of a great Texas blues tone. What I have going on here is some light overdrive. I can turn it up a little bit, and we can hear how it's really going to grind a little bit. And it has what's called a scooped mid sort of sound. And what I mean by that is it sounds like our mid-range is turned down. It's just the characteristic of the amp, and if I give it even a little bit more overdrive, it really has a sort of a great sustain and a great grind to it. If I want to boost it a little bit, I can do that. But a lot of the brightness still comes out because of the single coil pickups. And notice what I'm doing is I'm playing pretty darn aggressively with my right hand, I'm really digging in hard with the pick, and if you watch my left hand, there's a solid amount of vibrato. The heavy vibrato is a really signature technique that we need to get together to really play this and have it sound authentic. Obviously, Stevie Ray Vaughan is like the hallmark of this style and how aggressively he played, and lots of other people play with that kind of aggression as well too, so you need to check out many different players in the genre. But that's sort of like the nuts and bolts of the Texas blues sound. A great sort of Fender style amplifier, a really good overdrive pedal of some variety, a guitar that's got single coil pickups is a good place to start. Now, of course, some other Texas players like Albert Collins would play a Telly, and he gets sort of that real nice bitey, that tone. Other players would use humbucker guitars, whether it be Billy Gibbons or whomever. So experiment and go for the sound that you like, but this should definitely get you in the ballpark. Add a little reverb, and sometimes I'll even use a little bit of a compression pedal or compressor pedal to get me some more sustain at a lower volume. But those are all things you should try to consider when you're playing this style of music. The tone, and most importantly, the aggressive nature of the picking and the playing. You got to go for broke, and you can't just play delicately. You really have to play aggressive and mean everything that you're going to go for, even if it's just one note. Okay, so that should get you on your way.